After 3 weeks.
Hey.
I can rib him.
Man, good to see you, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you, sir. Even though I saw you yesterday at church.
Right. And we're waiting for other person to show.
Oh,
he will be here momentarily.
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes, or so.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Hey, but it's good to be back. I had a great time away, with the wife. Fun time. Good way.
Oh, he didn't even look. We didn't even know that because he went to Rome. Why he took his sword with him, man? Because he wanted to meet Maximus Aurelius.
Because I went to the Colosseum.
Yes, he did. He went to the Colosseum.
It was just good to be there, just to be among the Italians and see history in the making. And it was a great trip. Good going, good coming, just fun. Excellent weather, good food, and most of all, being with the one I love.
Yeah, help me so. But what he's failed to mention. And I know I'm going to get a free cup of coffee when I go up after this. Is that Anita beat him in duck pin bowling. Yeah, she beat him. I heard. She beat him.
That is because.
Oh no, I don't want to hear that.
That is because you husbands out there, when you're in the sport with your wife, you're gonna let them win.
No, don't back that up, please.
You're gonna let them win.
Don't back that up, please.
Oh yeah, you're gonna let them win because that's what we do. You let them win.
I had a wonderful time with family yesterday at Easter. Yeah, it was great. Had a great meal. The ladies were great cooking. You can tell that our boy Rupert is so late. He got time to type us on comments. Wow.
Oh man.
So nothing was happening. Oh no, yes, like sports wise, we're not going to talk about sports.
No.
But anyway, Birmingham City, my team from England.
Yes.
They are the champions. They will be going up to league championship. Yes, we got that trophy. So there's only 5 games to go, but we are league champions.
That's good, man. I mean,
well, Man United got a chance to go to the finals in the Europa, so you got a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. We will see.
You're welcome.
But the weekend was good. Saturday was the official last day of vacation, and Resurrection Sunday, like you said, man, was just phenomenal. I mean, house was packed. Our bishop preached a dynamic message. The choir sang.
Yes, we did.
The choir sang.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
And our dance team, Praise in Motion, they did a moving service. So it was a beautiful yesterday.
Yes, it was. And the weather was good too.
Oh man, you can ask for better weather.
Thank you, Jesus.
So how the Orioles doing, man?
Anyway, let's talk about the Orioles. I'm sorry. Yesterday we're playing football. I just want you all to know that yesterday the Orioles were playing football because they lost 24-2. So, and I'm glad I wasn't there. So let you all know I do work for the Orioles, but I don't do Sundays and Mondays. So I thank the Orioles for that too. But I'm glad I wasn't there.
Right.
I'm glad.
And also, I want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for those nice birthday wishes you guys sent me while I was away. And big shout out to Simon and Rupert for holding down the fort while I wasn't here.
Yeah.
It looks like we're still on the air.
Rib shot. I couldn't rib shot him. But we good.
Right. So tonight, as we're waiting for our other host to join us, we're going to talk about travel, the do's and the don'ts. So we're going to have some fun with this. Basically, since I'm just coming from traveling and you've traveled and Rupert has traveled. So we're going to talk about some of the things we learned along the ways of the do's and don'ts and what to look for. Because now 25 year has changed when it comes to travel, especially with the Real ID. That's a new thing you need to have nowadays starting in May. Certain countries now you need to have different forms to actually get. I think UK, you got different forms.
But what he's talking about, so to make it more exciting and more adventurous with this discussion here is whether you've been on a plane train, a bus, by
or automobile.
Any kind of incident that was crazy. If you got time, type something or say something that you was in a situation that was crazy. For instance, like I'm on my way to England, and on my second connection flight, I'm sitting there, and this boy was like, I don't know, 6 years old.
Well, let's back up before you even left. What did you leave at home?
What do you mean?
Your money?
Oh, jeez. Okay, so why you gotta do that?
Hey, you said talk about it, right?
So I get to the airport, got my passport. I got my passport. That was cool. So anyway, I'm thinking, I got my passport. Oh, my what? They might need my ID. So I'm digging. Okay. My wallet. Nope, I didn't have my wallet, but this is how crazy it was. The night before, I had to use the ATM machine, and I put my ATM in my pocket. So I'm searching. I go, oh, I got my ATM card. Oh, I ain't worried then. I ain't got my ID. I got my passport. Right. So that's what happened to me. Some other people got some way crazier stories than that, but that happened to me. So I have my credit card, but I did not have my wallet. But I got away with that too. But anyway, back to where it was. We saw Uncle Rupert come on. But anyway, so the light must have turned to green for him to get here. But this young child,
I've been here the whole entire time. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, whatever. So whatever. Anyway, so kick my chair.
Ooh. Wait, guys, I got to say this before, because very important day today. It was my daughter's 13th birthday.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Happy birthday to Sophia Mae Johnson.
Beautiful. Okay, Miss May.
All right.
You're welcome.
So you'll make sure you're getting your Father's Day card.
Yeah. So you got a daughter that's 13, and I got a granddaughter who just turned 13. So you know the team.
And my son just turned 31 on the 18th.
Oh, he just mixed the numbers around. He just turned the numbers around. Beautiful. Happy birthday, Mac. Anyway, let me finish this story before you cut me off again. So I'm like, no, it can't be real. So I sit back again. Boom. Excuse me. Your child's kicking my chair. Oh, Johnny, don't kick his chair, blah, 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 blah. Boom. I turned the other way. Ma'am, this is the last time I'm going to ask you, ma'am. Could you tell your son, please stop kicking the chair, because I can't go through this for 7 hours. So she's telling him. And then I see him standing up, and I turn around, and we just so happen to eyeball. And I said, don't do it. And look, my kids and my wife know I'm going to say something.
Right.
They know. So I said, don't do it. I ain't had no trouble with him the rest of the night. So the rest of the flight. So stories like that, if anyone has something really ridiculous or stupid, or you see a Karen do something crazy or whatever, type it up. We go.
Well, for my most recent travel
the
experience.
Bathroom? Go on. Please say the bathroom. Please.
Not the bathroom.
No.
A word of advice. If you're traveling overseas, get there a day early.
What?
Do not get there the day of, in our case, we're catching a boat. So we're leaving out of our local airport. All right, we get there. There was a major storm at our connecting airport. So all the planes were grounded. Okay. So once we got the clear to take off, we get to the airport, and then we're dashing our way to get to the terminal so we don't miss our plane. We get to the terminal. The plane there was grounded because the actual pilot got sick. They had to get another pilot to fly the plane from that destination to Barcelona. So
he wasn't flying Spirit.
He wasn't flying Spirit.
He wasn't flying Spirit.
So the pilot who was stuck in a storm down in Atlanta had to make his way to the airport. So meanwhile, we're on the plane. I'm like, okay, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We finally got there in time. When we got there, getting our luggage, everything. And this is the funny thing about this, guys. I handed my luggage to the cruise department. My luggage looks good. Why is it when we get our luggage on the boat, my luggage bag is all ripped up? Yes, it is all ripped up. So I go down to customer service. I showed them a picture. I brought down the ripped up luggage. So they reimbursed me for it. I'm going, okay, from my house to the airport to the boat, something happened. Yes. Yes. So
what would have happened, man, if you missed the boat?
Well, the good thing about this word of advice: if you book your travel through Norwegian, that's who we were using, they will get you to the next destination. That's the guarantee.
Even if you miss the boat,
stop of the boat,
right? Because it wasn't your fault. So, for example, let's say the plane was delayed and the plane did not get there in time for departure. They will make sure you got to the next port. So our next port would have been in France.
So they would fly you to France.
How many days would you have to wait wherever you waited? How many days?
You just missed it one day because the first day was at sea. At sea. So they would guide us, flown us from Atlanta to France to make sure we got on the port there.
No, they would have flown you from Barcelona to France.
Yeah, from Barcelona. No. Because the embarkation was in Barcelona. So we missed it in Barcelona. The boat goes to the next destination.
Right.
So we would from Atlanta, we would have catch the plane from Barcelona. Yeah, from Barcelona, correct. From Barcelona to France. That's where the next port would have been. So you're correct.
Wow. I know that. I never thought about missing the boat because most of the time we're thinking, going domestically, get on a boat. I think about, if you go overseas, what if you miss the boat? I mean, it's simply possible. Like you said, storms, malfunctions, cancellations, anything could have happened. And so it's not that out of reach. I'm thinking, man, what if you
But imagine that if you booked it yourself, right? But if you booked it yourself, that's you.
Yeah, you have to find a way to get to France.
Right. You would have to find your own way of getting there.
Now, who had your luggage?
I'm gonna leave the airline out. Well, the airline had no problems with it. It wasn't the airline, it was Norwegian's crew who was transporting it from the airport to the cabin. Somehow it got messed up from the airport to our cabin.
Now, did you have to go to baggage claim, get it, then bring it to like a Norwegian?
Now, the way how they do it with it is once you get off the plane, you give them your luggage. They load everybody's luggage on this big old van. From the van, they transport it to the boat. From the boat, they bring it up to your room. So as the pieces of Anita's luggage came up, no problem. I'm waiting for mine. When it showed up, I go, look at this.
Rupert, could you really imagine his face, Rupert, when he saw that luggage? And he's not saying, look at this. You know he's not saying that, Rupert. I know for a fact he saw that. His next move was to the office. He went, look at this. He
hasn't wanted to cuss in 50 years. He want to cuss right there. He want to say, wait a minute.
That is funny.
I was like, really? So that was the experience of that. But overall, great time. But I've learned through TSA, when you have global entry, certain airports are great with that.
Oh my gosh.
But what I learned is that when you come back through customs, regardless if you have global entry, it don't make a difference because you're all on the same playing field, especially in Atlanta airport.
Yes.
Yes, in Atlanta.
I can't wait for Rupert. Come on, Rupert.
Atlanta is special.
Come
very
on,
special. Very special.
Yes, it is very
special.
Huge.
Yeah, because
huge.
The two worst airports that I've dealt with was Atlanta and O'Hare in Chicago. They're too big, and too many people go through them. They're major hubs. I've never been to LAX. I heard LAX is difficult. And I heard, actually, Simon, you might be able to vouch for this. The one in London.
Was it Heathrow?
Gatwick.
Heathrow, I heard is bad.
Oh, Heathrow's the number one. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard
but Atlanta, especially when you got a connecting flight, you missing that. I don't care if you're an hour late. You missing that. because you have to get off the plane, then catch a shuttle to the next. I'm like, no.
Not the shuttle. Forget the shuttle. You got to get off the plane.
The train.
It's a shuttle train.
Yeah, the train.
Yeah, that train.
Yeah,
and still have to walk another half mile.
Half a mile.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. No,
That is bad. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we talking about, guys? Where are we? We're on the first story.
Well, let me do this first.
We already said it.
We do have people on. Please, people, push the button. Please, and share it with us, please. And we would like everyone to subscribe, even if you stop now and just call somebody and tell them, subscribe with us, please. It's the Warriors for Christ. Warriors United, sorry. Warriors United for Christ. Yes, we are 3 brothers who love God. We love our churches. We love our families.
And we love each other.
And we love, debatable. But anyway. But we love it, and we really do appreciate people who get on even during the week to watch our show.
Right.
Yes, you know what we're talking about.
So for those who didn't, for those who just signed on,
yes,
for those who just signed on,
yes,
we're talking about travel, the do's and don'ts,
and incidents that you may have had that was crazy, that you hope never happen again.
I'll tell you.
Yes, you have.
Most recent one, or me to go back 20 years. I have stories almost all the time.
Did he say 20 years?
Yeah, I have stories 25 years probably. So I used to travel for. I'll give a nice one. I used to travel.
Oh, you have a nice one? Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I used to travel for work, and one of the things that you do when you travel, I literally was traveling 2 times. I was away at least 2 weeks out of a month, sometimes 3. And you get used to certain things. And so I was very, very used to getting to the airport, going through the line, getting on the plane, not worrying about anything, getting my seat and going. But every once in a while, you sit in a certain seat that the people around you don't have as much etiquette as you do. So I'm sitting down. I'm on the window seat. Now, this person sits next to me, and about an hour in, I feel this head come on my shoulder.
No, it ain't happening, bro.
It starts sleeping on me. So I gently push it, and it comes back.
Oh, he want to get close to you, man.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I got to the point, I said, wake up. He's like, oh, of course he had drool. Oh, sorry.
Oh, not the drool. Not the drool.
Come on, Rupert. Come on. Not the drool.
I was like, wow.
You didn't have no chocolate. You could have put the chocolate on your shoulder.
You just as mad.
And to let him lean on it, man.
No, but you know what? And it was weird because I almost felt bad that I had to wake this guy up. But I don't know why. I don't know why. But it's like, I was like, dude, wake up, man. Wake up. And it was just weird.
You actually told me to wake up.
The stewardess, the flight attendant comes by, and she's like, would you like something to drink? I'm like, please give him coffee. We give him a lot of coffee.
Black.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Was a trip.
I didn't mean nothing by saying black, but just give him black coffee. It'll just wake him up.
Are you being racist?
But people, please, if you're doing a long flight, make sure you bathe before you get on the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Because we had a person sitting in front of us who stank really bad.
Yeah, but you're saying before you get on a plane, bathe. What about those people, and I'm sure we've done it before, have to run half a mile because you don't want to miss your plane, and you know you're going to be sweating bullets because you know every fiber of your being is I gotta catch this plane.
Well, I'll give you that, but still, do something though, man.
So they should have deodorant in their traveling bag
at least.
Okay.
my fellow co-host and audience, what is worse?
Oh, yeah.
Smell, somebody sleeping on your shoulder, somebody's leg touching your leg because they won't close their legs, or sitting in the middle between two a little bit heavy people who won't give you the armrest, so you're sitting like this.
Well, hold up. Technically, if you're in the middle, they have the armrest because the outer person has an armrest, the other person has an armrest. So in the middle, that person has control.
No, there's another armrest.
Or you can share.
There's one more. Someone
You're
has a double
supposed
armrest.
to get the armrest,
Yeah.
but
The middle person is, yes.
but they take them from you, and you're sitting like this, hoping to get some space. What's worse? So you have those four choices: the armrest, the leg touching your leg, which I hate.
No,
The person who's laying on you sleeping, or the bad smell.
the bad smell.
Bad smell.
Because that's the whole journey.
That's what you got to smell that stink the whole way, man. No.
That's the whole journey. No, you can look. In your case,
No.
you can sit between the two slightly heavier people and sleep on them because you be comfortable.
Right. But that smell, you got no, that's gonna make you nauseous. That's gonna make you nauseous.
For me, it's the leg.
No, it's nauseous, man.
For me, it's the leg. No, man. You want some dude legs touching your leg?
That's why they got cushions, man.
Right. Put that pillow between them.
But you can't. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about like you know how people will spread out with their knees and they're hitting your leg.
No, you politely say, "Sir, I appreciate you, but can you not touch?"
Yes, and then 2 minutes later, it's right there again.
Then you say, "Sir," again.
And
That's when you get the that's when you get the flight attendant involved. That's when you get the flight attendant involved.
Mr. Simon, you're giving an ultimatum, sir. You touch me that leg one more time.
Or how about this? The nasty person who takes their shoes off and walks barefooted into the bathroom. Because you know on the floor is not water on that floor in the bathroom. Come on.
Bruh.
Yeah, but I mean,
taking your shoes off is the most comfortable thing to do on the plane.
Then feet is not going to touch
but
you.
Still, think about it. You walking barefoot on a plane, you going in the bathroom, you stepping in somebody else's stuff. That's nasty, man.
Let me tell you this: as least as I've been flying, I've never had a middle seat.
Wait,
always have to get a window.
Have you taken your shoes off on the plane?
Nope.
It's the most comfortable thing.
I have
in the world.
I have long flights. I have
on a plane.
I had to actually I had to do it on this one because I felt like my foot was trying to do something. I said, okay, after that was fine. After that,
it's called cramp.
Shut up. Shut up. But other than that, that was good.
Look at it. No, you missed one, Rupert. Or the crying baby that's next to you.
Oh, next to you.
Okay.
A couple of rows back, I could deal with, but next to me.
So,
and we know it's not the baby's fault. I'm not saying it's the baby's fault.
No, because that air popping up and down.
It happens. So the crying baby.
Yeah, the crying
for 3 hours.
Is tough, but I can deal with the crying baby because one, happened to me, but two is it's not their fault. Now the parent is just ignoring the crying. That's one thing.
They're used to it.
Right? If they're just saying, I'm gonna let them cry and bother everybody on the plane is one thing. But if they're actually trying to, make them stop crying because maybe the baby's ears popping, maybe the baby's uncomfortable, just, restless. I can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you volunteer to hold the baby.
I'll tell my crying baby story in a second. There's a bunch of comments coming through. We don't want to ignore these folks.
We go back. So
we got time for that.
Yeah, we do. But I mean, if you're gonna do that, of course, we welcome. Let's go back down again. Deacon Howell, of course. Every warrior, thank you, Reverend Howell, and of course Shirley Nelson. Thank you for coming back on the show, Shirley. We appreciate you. Yeah, and we got an R and a stoplight. Okay, so.
I didn't go all the way to the top. I didn't go to
no, you called, but we did.
So is Grace Lacey, is that a new person?
No, she's a member of our church.
But I mean, is she new to the show?
No.
No.
Oh, Well, I'm with a copper. Anyway,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, beautiful.
You have
Yeah,
to
and
carry the
she's
metal
correct.
luggage
She's
out of
very
that.
correct.
Yes. Yes, and that's the thing. You always have to take the shuttle to get. But you know
Yeah.
what? The great thing about that, by the time you get to the baggage claim, it's there because it took you forever to get there. So
Right.
But then it takes you forever to get to your new.
Deborah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. I missed you too.
yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
you went that quick.
Whatever that is. Let's
Pour
get
some
to-
water over his head, bro. As my daughter would say, okay, definitely smell. And I can, yes, I
We
can say.
agree.
Who wants to sit next to someone who smells like garlic? Laugh out loud. Oh, and also someone who keeps kicking my chair behind me on the plane. Yep. Like father, like daughter, like father. Yep. Exactly. You're welcome, James
There
Helm.
you go, Deke. Yep. See,
Yep. In the middle is the worst. Yes. That's why you got to book early.
can't
Hey.
take the middle. I know, man. I can't. Oh, I'll pay $50 extra to get the window.
Wait a minute. Nadine's supposed to be able to get on there first anyway. She got the cane. So you don't have to be in the
Okay,
middle.
now.
Yeah, you don't have to be in the
Let's do
middle.
the next one.
See, you know.
Yes.
So I need
Let's
to
go to the next one.
She says the worst is being sent to a smelly person on an overseas flight. I've also sat in the middle between two full-figure persons. I was not happy, and this is true. Our last flight, the person was kind of heavy sitting next to us.
Oof.
I mean, of course, they always have the right to
Yeah.
be on the plane or whatever.
True.
It's just the luck of the draw.
Right.
Shirley, she's back again. Can't take the top bunk. Huh? On the train. Oh, my bad. Can't take the top bunk on a train. Not good at all.
I've not done that.
I haven't slept on the train.
Now,
I've
usually I
never
catch the
gone that
train
far.
from
Slept in the seat.
right. When I catch the train from like DC to New York, I
That's
really
not
took a
that
nap
long.
on the train. That's not that long, so you really can't sleep.
I'm finding hard to sleep.
I never
on
had to get
anything.
I never had to get a bed on a plane. Put it that way.
No.
No, yeah, you need a little bit more money.
Okay.
Finances for that
See,
big.
Johnson's. We agree. I hate the
Yeah.
list also. See, it must be a Johnson thing.
Right.
The le-
All right, here we go again. She says, I definitely don't want to seat next to, we've had that conversation about the restroom. You can imagine all the smells coming out of there.
No, the smells just go right out. It just goes out. You
No.
hear the suction of the toilet?
No, you open that door, bro. You can still smell the residue.
You know,
You're welcome.
I
Okay.
tell you, it almost feels as if you're being punished when you get that last row by the bathroom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What row am I? Oh,
Just
Euro
first-
34. You're
Oh,
like, no.
Because two things. One is you're by the bathroom, and you know
Right.
that you're the last person off the plane. You have to catch a connecting flight, and you're the last person off this plane, and you have to sit by the bathroom all that time. It
And
is
I-
truly a punishment.
I wasn't on the back row,
Right.
but coming back from England, I was like 9 rows from the back, and I had to get a connecting flight. And they had texted me and told me that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make this because it takes you that long to get off the plane. So I know how
Well,
that feels.
Next time that happens, what you can do is
No.
tell the flight attendant that you have a connecting
No, I
flight,
did,
and
No,
they
no,
can get you off that
you-
plane faster.
and you land in
got it.
France.
Let them.
Mm.
You have to and show them your texts. I've done
Yes.
that. I've been
Yeah.
connecting flight. This was before text. I just said, like a half hour before I landed, Miss, I have a connecting flight. If I miss it, I am done. It's my job. I gotta catch it.
Yep.
She was like, okay. When I landed, she said, everybody, please be seated. Row, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Johnson, please come to the front. She let me off first. He's got to be
It'll
demanding.
work. It'll work.
Not in France, he won't work. Didn't you have it?
Did you say parlez-vous français? Oui, oui.
I didn't say I wanted to go to the
Look at you,
bathroom.
Look
I'm
at
gonna say we. I'm going to no bathroom.
you demanding Americans, just sit right there. Wait your turn.
Yeah, boarding. Boarding and seating are two different things.
Okay. Can you elaborate more on that for us, please?
Wait a minute. Boarding. Okay, you get on the plane. You sit where your number tells you. Okay, so what am I missing?
Just elaborate on that for us, please.
Yeah.
We're a little lost on that one.
Is that we know without a
it was
cane?
your comment. It was your comment.
Oh, okay.
About the cane.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because she originally said can't take the middle seat.
Yeah.
And you said, and you talked about we should get on first, but it doesn't make a difference because you sit where you sit. That's what she's saying. Doesn't make a difference when you board. You guys sit where you sit.
Because we know babies usually at the front, or babies have that little section at the front, or wheelchair people
sitting in the middle seat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're looking special assistance.
Yeah.
So, coming from Florida.
Yeah, on the train. The train. She said she
was
was
train.
Okay.
Okay. Help yourself.
Got you.
Okay. Reverend Lied, deep. Yeah, can't stand someone kicking my chair. Trust me, I know how it is. And it's the same thing in the movies. Once you stop and they do it again, you know it's intentional. Hey, you gotta turn the head, bro.
Yep.
You gotta turn the head.
Now, question. This is a pet peeve of my wife. She doesn't like when I do this. So, you're actually called a lice when you do this in the airport. Before they call your section, you're usually standing up and waiting to get on the plane. You're kind of like blocking other people.
Yes.
I mean, I usually stand up, even though my number may be, section 3 or section 4. I'm going to be standing up there because I want to make sure I'm be able to get my stuff in the overhead. She goes, nah, I just want to sit. And I said, no, we're going to get up and stand. So I said, it's going to be a long flight. And so finally, she'll get up and stand with me because she won't sit there by herself. But a lot of times I know it's not a good thing because you are blocking people. But I make sure that I'm out the way. You have a problem with that?
So this is my thing.
Okay.
When they say boarding group 2, I might be group 4. I try.
Oh my God.
No, you don't.
Oh,
hold up. You mean tell me
God.
you walking in there with group number 2 and your group number 4? Oh, you gangster.
But they will usually sit you down, though.
Sometimes they'll say, go ahead. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, no, you're group 4. I'm like, okay. So what I got to do is I try to set a rapport with the person. So I always come to the gate. This is when I traveled by myself for business. I would always go and say, by the way, is there a better seat than this? And they'd be like, no. I said, oh, that's a shame. Well, thank you very much, whatever the person's name is. You were very helpful. I really appreciate you. And I go back to my seat. Boarding group 2. Oh, Mr. Johnson, you're group 4. Oh, does it really make a difference? Not really. Go ahead.
Saints.
Oh, my God. You hearing it from the pastor.
Saints.
Wait. This is another good one. This is what I learned from Bishop Paul Brown. Wear your collar. Oh, my God.
Yes. There you go. And that's the truth. Yes, Paul. Hey, no, Paul, you know you wearing the collar. Yeah, you definitely know you're wearing the collar.
Wear your collar.
But see, you doing that, that's like, okay, it's not really funny, but it is. But that's when someone says, when it's handicapped people that go through first or whatever, and someone acts like it and they're not. And then they walk funny or different because they want to get early or not get in trouble. That's cold. You cold, Rupert.
You said not that bad. They walking funny.
Hey. Okay. So I might not have been saved on this one. Might not have been saved. One where the family, it was a black family, and their last name was Johnson. And you know that when you fly with somebody elderly, the family gets to get on with you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Say you did not get on.
A lot of Johnsons. There's a lot of Johnsons. Oh my Lord! You will never be on the back rows.
I was young. It was before I wasn't 30 yet. I was young. I still was young.
Help us, Jesus. Well, anyway, what does Anita say next one?
She says, I was coming from Dubai.
Wait, we missed this one. We missed this one. So yes, we talked about the seat, not
Okay.
board.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Okay. Oh,
about. This
thank you,
one.
Rupert.
She says,
She thank you, Rupert.
I was coming from Dubai when a crying baby the entire trip. The flight was 50. I don't remember that one either.
What happened?
15 hours. I don't remember that one.
She was
It
coming
felt
from
like
Dubai.
15 hours then.
She didn't say you were there.
Yeah.
Well, I remember she went on that trip, but I don't remember the story about the crying baby.
She didn't want to tell you. She was trying to forget it.
Oh, you gonna put her out there, man? What? She said it's 15 hours. It's 15 hours, man. Marvin, go. When Marvin says, "Give me the seat next to the emergency door."
It's true. No.
No, wait a minute.
No,
Okay.
I do that. I do that.
If not enough leg room in the other seat, and not enough, yeah, which is true.
Right. I do
Yes.
the emergency door. Of course, they give you a little stipulation. This the flight
But
attendant
the
comes to ask that question.
stipulation,
Are you able to assist in the event of emergency? If you're not,
Mm,
you have
yes.
to give up the seat. So that's the only thing.
mm.
Yeah, I always say that I am, whether I am or not. I don't care. I just say, yeah.
Of course, Rupert, we
Right.
know that.
We know that. Yeah.
We've seen how you get on a plane. We've seen how you act in the plane.
Oh, okay, so let me tell you my baby story.
Oh, yeah.
So my wife's mother passed when Sophie was like just born, a few months after Sophie was born. So so my wife went ahead to Jamaica. I had to take Sophie. So it was, I don't know if she was even 6 months old yet. I had to take Sophie. So first of all, I took Sophie through the airport with the baby thing on where she's, you hold the baby on front of you.
The pouch, yeah.
Yeah, the pouch. I had the luggage. I'm going to the airport. She's doing great. She's doing awesome. I'm sitting down waiting for the plane. I get up. Of course, I get the plane. I board the plane early. Yay. I get on. I'm in my seat. She's doing great. The plane begins to take off. She starts to cry. And now I'm in panic mode because new dad, baby, I got this guy beside me and this old lady on the other side of me. I'm in the middle and she's just crying. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this girl stop crying. I couldn't figure it out. I was just getting all messed up. And the old lady gets up. And I think, oh, she's going to tell this attendant something. And the guy's like, no, you know what? I've been a dad. I've been through this. Maybe she'll stop in a little while. I'm like, I'm hoping so. Oh, so she stretches up into her bag or something, comes down with this oatmeal cookie. And I'm like, what? Oh, she just wanted to get a cookie. She breaks a cookie, gives it to me and says, put it in the baby's mouth. And I'm like, this baby doesn't eat solid food. She don't eat a cookie. Put it in his mouth. Put it in the baby's mouth. She stops crying. I'm like, you're a miracle worker. The rest of the flight, that little girl did not cry. And the old lady said, she's probably feeling a little teething. So she's okay. I said, thank you. So for the people flying with kids, if the
there we
baby
go.
crying, give them an
Give 'em a
oatmeal
cookie.
cookie.
Oatmeal cookie. Has to be an oatmeal cookie,
It's gotta
right?
be soft. It's gotta be a soft cookie.
Okay. Oh, any soft cookie.
Any soft cookie. Give them a
Yeah.
cookie. They'll stop crying. There's my tip. Flying 101. You're welcome.
But I may be wrong, but because I remember we went to England and Simone was a baby. I don't remember Simone actually crying. She may have, but it may be very minor. But I don't remember her crying on the plane there or back. So maybe if you have Rachel, you watching, hopefully, if you're watching, you can correct me if I'm right or wrong.
Well, speaking of food, has this ever happened to you? You're waiting before to get on your plane. You go get some food. You go back and you sit down. You're seated, and you spill your food in the seat that you're waiting to get in the plane. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Ooh.
No.
It's funny because we got off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
We go down to, was it Chick-fil-A? Got some nuggets. We get all the way through the terminal. We're sitting down waiting for the plane to be called. I'm about to eat it and only put one nugget in my mouth. The rest fell right on the floor. I'm like, Your word.
3-second rule.
No, man. I was mad. And the funny, Anita goes, you remember, Mark, on our way to the airport, it happened to this other guy who was down there, a couple of seats down where he spilled all his food as well. It must have been some of that section, but my nuggets were all on the floor. Anita goes, you want some of mine? I said, no, I don't want none of yours. I was just
3-second rule. You know how much them nuggets cost in the airport?
It was $20, man, for the two of us. I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, you know what?
I'm sorry. If I'm going, I'm going. That's a 3-second rule. No. Are you hungry? Anyway.
I've had a drink spill on me from the stewardess. I told you the story. She was reaching over. I had that done. That wasn't a lot of fun, but it wasn't too much. I had this happen to me, and I was really mad because I thought this was racist. I thought she was prejudiced. So I'm sitting between two of our cousins, Caucasian folk, and the first one says, "Can I have a ginger ale?" She gives him the can with the thing. The second one says, "Can I have whatever?" She gives her the can with the cup with the ice.
I know where this is
I
going.
say, "Can I have a Coke?" I'm by the window. I'm the last one. She just gives me the glass with ice and the Coke. She didn't give me the can. What was that about?
They heard about you going in section
Yes.
2, and you must have been in section 4.
Exactly. And that heard that your last name was Johnson, but it wasn't the other Johnson.
Well, what it really was I found out that at that time you had to ask for.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Like nowadays you do again, but then that's when before that you didn't have to. You're gonna say they give you the can, so I had to say because they asked for the can. I just said I'll take some Coke. I'll take a Coke. If I said can I have the can of Coke, she would have gave me the can. So it wasn't racist. I just felt that way for a little while.
So speaking of food on the plane, what is the worst meal you think you received on the plane? I think the worst meal was we were flying back and they gave us, I don't know, it was a Hot Pocket pizza. They had veggie or meat lovers. That pizza was so nasty, but you were hungry and you ate it anyway.
No. Was it? Where did I go?
It was a Hot Pocket pizza.
No. They had some kind of hard crust bread that was really hard, and hard crust bread. It may have been a pizza. Man, I was hungry for the rest of the trip because I'm not going to eat it. No.
To be honest, I haven't had a really bad one.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
The things that you go through.
Because his last name is Johnson.
You deserve not to have good food.
They probably brought your food out to you in a silver platter, didn't they?
No, I really haven't had a bad one. I've had, things I didn't like, but it wasn't because it was the food. It was because I took something that I was like, I shouldn't have took that.
Mm-hmm.
Like one time I took this pasta veggie meal just to be good. And I was like, I should have took the chicken. It's like, that kind of thing. But it wasn't that it was bad. It was that I just probably just didn't like it. I hated it when they went from free meals to paid meals to all of a sudden there is no meal. You can only get chips. And they're like $5 for the Pringles.
Yeah.
No, I have to say, I've flown on Delta, Air Canada, and United Air. Delta to me has the best food. United, Canada, American, but I think Delta's food was the best.
Southwestern wasn't bad, but
Continental had some real good food before they closed down.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a small plane like a 50-seater?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, you say something. He took a deep breath. And you have to go walk at it. Yeah.
Get on the tarmac.
On the tarmac, you go up.
Have you ever been on a plane where they asked you how much you weighed?
No, I haven't had that issue. No, sir.
You can't do that, bro.
8 people. I was going to St. Croix. So first of all, this is a trip from Nightmare. This is when America, I don't remember you back in 2017, 2018, that even before that, American canceled all its flights. There was some super strike or something. Everything shut down. So I was trying to get out to St. Croix because I was doing Bishop John Briscoe's anniversary. I found a way to get into St. Thomas. They had to take a jumper plane from St. Thomas to St. Croix. When I get to the gate, the lady's asking every single person in front of me their weight.
What?
When I get there, I'm like, whatever, I was 250. She's like, okay, this is gonna be your seat. They asked you because they had to get certain people in certain
balance the plane.
To balance the plane.
Never heard of that, man.
Let me tell you.
So you couldn't lie about your weight?
No, because if you lie, you could cause problems.
I have never heard of that. Wow.
I lost them, but I had pictures. I brought it because actually when I made back to America, I played it for the church. The pilot is literally, so you and Simon, let's say you two were the pilots. This is how close you would be. Yeah. I was right behind you. You could feel my breath.
Mayday, mayday. What?
I was so scared. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm going to see us die. Dude, it was horrible. So that is a small plane.
You don't been on a helicopter? No?
No, I want to do that. I want to do a helicopter. I haven't been on it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead. Your daughter's on, but welcome back.
Basically, long story short,
okay.
She was calling me at the time. I was in the process.
Sorry. No,
I'm going to tell the story. It's better I tell him to read it.
Okay, it was my fault that he dropped his nuggets because I called him while he was at the airport. But I also Cash App purchased more nuggets.
But put the second part up there,
Rupert.
But he
chose not to use the Cash App after telling me that the phone call caused him to drop his food. But
Mark, he had a tantrum.
He had a temper tantrum.
Can we go back a moment? Let's stop back. Let's play the pictures. The reason why all this happened. Okay.
We only got 1 minute. We got 11 minutes.
I'm gonna tell the
story. Got people, man.
Okay, what happened? So real quick. So I had some important documents that somehow I lost them in the airport. Holly called me at the point I was already frustrated, getting those nuggets, about to sit down and eat, and I dropped them. Long story short, there we go.
I got the violin, bro.
I play that violin. Holly, I love you, appreciate you, but you didn't have to send me no $10. It wasn't your fault. It already grew. It started to brew before you even called me.
He may have seemed to make you seem it was her fault.
It wasn't her fault. It was not.
Southwest don't serve food, only snacks.
Right.
Okay. You're welcome.
Now, here we beg to differ.
You're welcome, Sir Wolf.
Anita says, Emirates has the best food. Delta food was not nasty. You just didn't like what you got. I liked what I had. So
she said Emirates food has the best food.
But she says Delta food is nasty. I disagree.
But even the word Emirates, they got to be good.
Well, I haven't flown Emirates.
You know what's good food? Qatar. Oh, Qatar Airlines. It's like Emirates, but for the country Qatar.
You thought you started playing the guitar?
Guitars, yeah.
That's why I lost my phone. Remember I lost my phone?
Yes, we remember.
But it was Qatar Airlines. Their food is great. Oh, they've got good food. But that's neither here nor there.
Let me go, and thank you. You're welcome. Yep. I was on the crop duster. Oh, help us, Lord. From Augusta to Atlanta, I sat in the last seat and could practically touch the pilot's back.
Do the next part of our question. The next part of our comment.
And he wasn't actually a crop duster, but he was small. Touch the pilot.
That's the kind of plane I was on.
And he was in the back seat.
Oh, you ever been on a seaplane? I was on a seaplane too. You ever did that one?
Wow.
And on the water. That's pretty cool. That was a cool experience, a seaplane.
Wow. That is funny.
But what do you think is the worst airline you've been on?
Oh,
to me, I think Air Canada.
Spirit
Air Canada for me.
Spirit Airlines is the worst.
Nah.
I
like Delta because Delta was clean all the way over from BWI to New York, all the way over to Greece, clean. Coming back, Air Canada, Delta, they were cleaning the bathrooms on the flight. Air Canada, they didn't touch the bathrooms. I said, you won't catch me on this plane again.
Spirit was putting air in their tires while you on the plane.
And I don't want, and you know what? I don't want to say anything about my brothers and sisters, but those folks who fly Spirit, some of them are the most ghetto folks in the world.
Didn't want to say it.
Some of the most, I mean, Jesus help me, Lord. So
did I tell you sit down, sir? Get up again, see what happened.
Okay, we got people with votes. We got one Spirit.
We got Spirit.
Two Spirits.
Spirit is a school bus. Yeah.
We got American.
Okay.
Always.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Spirit
It's a school bus in the air. Oh, wow. We got a cheese bus flying.
So those are the worst ones, hands down. Okay.
I mean,
I've done it once.
literally, Spirit just, I don't know what. First of all, I don't like them because they tricked you.
Okay.
Low prices. So you get this flight for $70. You're all happy. Then you have to board. Then you get to board your boarding pass. Oh, for one luggage it's $55. For two, it's 100 and something. Then everything is a fee. By the time you're done, you might as well flew American or flew United. It was the same price. So I can't fly Spirit anymore. What's the best airline you've flown?
Well, again, to me, I think I'm biased. To me, I think Delta. I really like Delta. I did United. American, I don't like American. United again was okay. Air Canada is no, but to me, I like Delta.
I haven't flown that much, so I can't read. But British Airways, that's being biased, I guess. But British Airways was good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I loved Continental when they were around, but lately I have to give it to Delta too. Delta seats are better.
Way better. Plus, I got them Delta points.
I just like Delta. The only problem with Delta is almost all the time you have to go through Atlanta. That's the only problem with Delta. You always
or you go to New York, where the hubs are, Boston and New York. Depends on where the hub.
No, I've never gone through Boston.
I've only gone to New York and Atlanta for Delta.
Yeah, I've only gone into there's no hub in New York for Delta. Maybe Boston, but not there's no hub because the major airports.
LaGuardia.
Anyway, Shirley Nelson said, "How are they coming up?" Yeah, we got four. Yeah,
Hold on. Somebody said this.
Exactly. Someone's agreeing with Rupert. Okay. Exactly. Everything is free with.
No, everything is a fee. A fee.
A fee with Spirit. Yeah.
Delta's the best.
Delta's the best. Okay.
Emirates.
That's agreed with my. Okay then. Emirates. That's agreeing with Anita.
Mm-hmm.
Then they charge you for snacks and.
Yeah, Delta. I mean, yeah, Spirit. Yeah.
Spirit. Yeah. Oh, someone else likes Delta.
So fact check. Delta, two main hubs. JFK International Airport is one of them. Told you.
JFK is not their main hub. Unless it's just changed.
It says it right here.
Yeah, unless
One
it's
of the
just
two main
changed.
hubs in New York.
Because it used to be American is JFK. That's their hub.
Serving as a primary transatlantic hub.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Okay.
It's right here.
I don't agree.
Yeah, but you still get what seat you want on the plane.
That's
So
right.
it don't really matter.
Yeah, because your name is Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's going to get anything.
You probably get first class.
Anita says Emirates is the best airline.
All the time. Just keep going.
Right.
Anita says Emirates is the best airline.
Air France. She says Air France.
No, she said it's really good as well.
Okay.
But she says
Don't miss John Wolf's, please. For business travel, Southwest was always easy, definitely not the best. You just like the points, John. You just told me. By the way, guys, I hung out with John Wolf last week, Thursday. It was cool. He was in my town. John, it was great hanging out with your buddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Air France is
well.
really good as well. Yes, it's not bad.
Is JetBlue still around?
JetBlue. Oh, wasn't bad.
JFK. That's one of JFK's. Is JetBlue was there at JFK? They have a great.
Yeah. Good leg room.
JetBlue's what's it called? What are they called when you go through gates? Their gate area, they have the best gate area. They have that part where you go through and you can pick it's the first time you can pick the food and then you pay for it as you walk out. You don't even stop at the register. It just clicks.
Yeah, you would know because your name is Johnson.
Yeah, because you're at the front. You in the wrong line.
Yes, JetBlue was out of Dallas too. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, good show, man.
Wow. We got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. And look, and we're gonna be on time tonight.
I don't know what he's talking about, Simon.
I don't know neither.
No,
What we're talking about.
Okay, we'll talk about that offline.
Oh,
But in all seriousness, though, when you're in the airport, please treat the people behind the ticket counter with the utmost respect, as well as the flight attendants. They're just doing their jobs. They don't need to have any more aggravation because they're already dealing with all these hostile people. You don't need to add more fuel to the fire.
and always keep your luggage close. If you got to carry on, don't put it down. Keep it wrapping around your leg if you're sitting down or something. But keep it close. You gotta be safe because they just out there.
And what is the saying? If you see something, say something. And be nice to those TSA agents.
I don't know. Some of them people, them TSAs, they some rude.
Wait, oh man, we didn't get to talk about TSA stuff. Did I talk about? Oh, I didn't talk about my belt issue at TSA.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I told
Yeah.
you guys. I didn't tell them, but we'll save it for another time.
But what TSA agents are motor vehicle ex-employees.
DFB.
Without a gun.
Without a gun.
Well, everybody, we are so
yes.
grateful to have you join us again. It's another great show. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you might have more people on next week because I will not be on next week.
Oh.
Yes, so that'll be funny. His ribs are all right. His shoulders are all right. I have to do that. So
Hey, but I missed these guys. I missed all of our viewers.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
missed
glad
them
to
too.
have you back.
truly.
Yes. So stay tuned next week, and we will definitely say, well, two of us will say
Two of us.
he won't be here next week.
Oh, I think you meant today. Hey, I got 2 words for you. I got 2 words for you, and there, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You've been on the short bus too long.
Hey, man, I'm talking about the short bus. Real cool kids want the
You can
short
sit
bus.
on the back of a plane.